Well, it's March 31st, 2023. Thought I would do an update on what's going on in the garden. Wow, that's weird. My lawnmower cover got blown off and onto my wood chipper. I call that a lawnmower. It doesn't mow. It's just a tractor. The deck's wiped out on it. Anyway, that's not what this is about. Thought I'd do a garden update. This is just a little strip of plants for decoration. There's some sunflowers and some purple cone flowers, and there's a loofah way down there. Way down there. That will get huge, and they're pretty. They do good here. They love the heat. I planted some sunflowers in here this morning because a lot of my seeds, I think my friendly neighborhood squirrel ate some of my seeds. I forgot to put my cover on here. Got to cover everything up around here or it'll get eaten. And so I thought I'd just kind of show the garden's looking great. We've got some rain yesterday. These are spinach plants that we've been eating on this winter, and they're bolting now. So I'm letting them bolt, and I'm going to collect some seeds because all my spinach seeds are really old. Here's a lone onion there. I have some beets starting in here too. Some more beets right there. And these are shallots. We had a hailstorm that knocked my plants to pieces a few weeks ago, and so that was terrible. Those are some russet potatoes. There's 2 russet potato plants there, and these are Romanesco broccoli, these big ones. They've got some holes in the leaves, but we're letting the birds take care of the bugs. I haven't done anything to them. And these here are Texas 1015 onions. They're starting to bulb up. You can see that one's starting to bulb up. So is that one. So hopefully we're going to get some decent onions out of these. Another Romanesco broccoli. And then there's a red potato here. These are all store-bought potatoes that I got to sprout. So last couple years I haven't done very good on potatoes, so we're giving that a try. I've got a couple of Brussels sprouts plants. These have been growing all winter, and there's some Brussels sprouts on them, although they're very small. And I haven't picked any of those yet and tried them. This one's even smaller. But there are some Brussels sprouts on there. And here's my carrots. I've been picking on these. These are really good. They're the best carrots I've grown, and they're pretty good size too. I mean, you know, not big like the huge ones they have in the store that they grow in the greenhouse probably, but that is a cucumber plant that got hailed on, and it's been limping along. So it was still alive, so I decided to plant it. I started kind of a new trellis thing here. This is they're T-posts with a 1.5 inch PVC pipe going across. T-posts on each end of the bed. And with the PVC, and just I'm gonna let the plants grow along the strings. I had to buy tomato plants because my seedlings were outside when the hailstorm happened, and they got beat up pretty bad. Some of them survived, but not too many. So I bought some at HEB. That's a red snapper, new variety for me. BHN 602, which is a great hybrid that I grew last year that did fantastic. These are a couple of green cabbage that they actually went through the hailstorm too. And these 2 tomato plants here were volunteers. I had some tomatoes in this bed last year, and I had volunteers come up, and the cabbage are getting close to being finished, so I decided to go ahead and let them go. Got a lot of room in the garden this year. Here's some jalapeno peppers. This one here on the left got eaten by a caterpillar. I killed the caterpillar, so it's struggling to get back. These also were in the hailstorm. These are ones I started from seed. And then In this next bed, I call it raised bed number 2, I've got a couple of the tomato plants that I bought at HEB. These are pretty small, and I've, you know, planted them, fertilized them, and they're coming along really good now. That's a Celebrity, and that's a Better Boy, your standard fare. The Better Boys are really good tomatoes. I've always had good luck with them. This is Japanese or giant red mustard, and I've picked this numerous times already, and look how huge the leaves are. It's good too. It's good for stir fry. It's got a little bit of kind of like a bitter green, you know. But one of the reasons I planted it is because they're supposedly, their roots are not tasty to grubs, and the grubs don't like them, so they leave, or they don't, whatever. It's just supposed to improve your soil, so that's what I'm doing. There's some elephant garlic here. There's 3 elephant garlic plants right here, but the rest of these are this is my main onion crop. I've been pulling some spring onions out of here to thin them out, but these haven't started bulbing up yet for some reason, but they seem to be doing pretty good. So hopefully we're going to get some nice onions out of these. And this is the tub that I pulled out. I'm doing a bathroom remodel, and I just pulled a tub out in January. I pulled the tub out of there, and I filled it up with dirt and planted potatoes, and they're going bonkers. These are store-bought potatoes that I chitted, and they're going crazy. Hopefully there's potatoes in there. And I stuck a red cabbage in this pot along with this thyme plant, and it's doing pretty good. I want to show you the other tub. These onions here on the left are bunching onions. First time I've grown those. And then the rest of these in here, those are elephant garlic that have been growing since last November, and they're getting really big. This is a cilantro plant that's taking over Earth. It's flowering now. I'll collect the seeds off that. Coriander seeds, I guess they call them. There's some dill planted in here too, so we'll get some dill going too. Okay, on to the last raised bed in this garden, and the first plants you see here are rutabagas, which I grew for the first time last year, and I actually like them. They're really tasty. I don't think I've ever had rutabagas before, but you can eat the greens and the bulbs. And there's 3 of them. There's some chives down there on the end, and those are some radishes right there. And then I've got some tomato plants in here too. This is a Juliet, which is a fantastic grape tomato that is heat tolerant. These are one of the few plants that will actually grow all the way through the summer here and produce fruit. There's some radishes splashed in here. There's some flea beetle damage on some of this stuff. I need to maybe do something about that. This is a Cherokee Purple. This is one that I started from seed. And over there, that one is another BHN 602 hybrid, which is a determinate hybrid. And this one here is a Paul Robeson, which is an heirloom that the first time I've grown it. So we'll see how that does. To round out the rest of the garden, we've got a pot of variety lettuce here, doing really well. We're getting lots of lettuce out of that. And over here is a couple different kinds of parsley. And I plant this for the caterpillars, and there are some caterpillars on here. If I can find one, I'll show it to you. There's one right there. See him? I don't know what kind of caterpillar or what kind of butterfly that is. I'm gonna have to look it up. That's flat leaf Italian parsley right there, which gets really big, and this is curly parsley, the stuff they put on your plate in restaurants, or they used to. And then there's another, I had some lettuce growing in this little pot here, and there was room in it, so I put a tomato in there. I'm going to pick that lettuce pretty soon. Lettuce doesn't like it here in the summertime, so those will not be producing much. That's oak leaf lettuce. And then there's another pot of varieties of lettuce. This is a jalapeno pepper that I bought at HEB after mine got blasted by the hailstorm. And these are radishes. That's a watermelon radish going to flower right there. I'm going to collect the seeds on. I really like those. They're good. And then one other thing is I have some volunteers coming up over here by the compost pile. There's well, there's 2 now. There was 4. Now there's another one over, a little one over there, but I'm just going to let them go and see what they do. Who knows what kind they are. Anyway, just wanted to do a little garden update. I haven't done one of those in a long time. I missed one. This here is a Marketmore 76 cucumber. This is one I started from seed that made it through the hailstorm. And it's come back and it's done fairly well. So, oh, it's actually got a flower. The first one I've noticed. Is it a, yeah, it's a male flower, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it.